What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video we're going to go over the launch screen of the app on both iOS and Android. So you'll notice normally in a Flutter app when you first click the launch screen, it's just a white background. What we're going to achieve in this video is having the icon be there. So you'll see that icon was there when we click the app. It gives it a nicer feel that instead of just going blank white, it looks like the app is more opening, and you can see it's working on both devices. All right, let's get started. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is actually create the image for the launch screen. These are my app icons from a previous video. I'm just going to copy this and actually make a new page here and paste it here. So this will be, I'm using Sketch here, but you could also do this in Adobe XD. I'm going to open up the file here, delete the mask from it. We actually also have this pretty nested deeply, so we can just delete all of that stuff. I want to change the color of this rectangle to no longer have the shadow. We're just going to make it that solid color background. We're going to change the size of this image to be 640 pixel width by 1136 pixel width. And now this box here we want to scale down, so we can actually use the scale feature here and go about 45% maybe. And that should be okay. Apple doesn't recommend to type any text on your launch screen, so we really can just leave it at this and it will be quite a simple launch screen for now. We're actually going to export the 1x, 2x, and 3x PNG here, so if you do it just like that, we want to rename this grouping to be launch screen, and then we can export the 1x, 2x, and 3x that we just created, and I'll just put these on my desktop for now. All right, that's good. We now have those images on the desktop here. So we can now go into Android Studio, and we're actually going to do iOS first. So within Android Studio, if you go to the iOS and Flutter and right click, you can open iOS module in Xcode. We are going to have to actually do the iOS version of this in Xcode. So this will require a Mac. You're going to go to the runner here and go to runner file there. You're going to find this assets.xc assets folder and then open up the launch images that is already here. You'll see it's looking for that 1x, 2x, 3x, which is what we just exported to our desktop. So we can drag the three of those in right here. So that should work pretty good. Now you can go over to the launch screen storyboard and you'll see it is placing that right on the launch screen there. So really that's it for iOS. If we go back into Android Studio now, if we launch this for our iOS app right here, we should see that launch screen image pop up before the app is fully loaded. And there we go. You saw that that image did load. Now with iOS, I did run into a couple issues when I was testing this. If you first get a blank screen and then you see the launch screen, which was happening to me, you can fix that by running Flutter clean right from your terminal here. Just run Flutter clean. And then also with your simulator here, you're going to want to clear you want to go to device and erase all content and settings. Basically what happened was I think that image gets cached on the device, and if you do those two things I just said, then it should launch just the way it did here. You'll also notice when this first launched, and now that we're on the simulator here, we should be able to kill that out and relaunch it. You'll notice that there was that large blue circle. The reason for that is from something we set up a long time ago that we can quickly change, and basically all it is we have a loader running while we're waiting for this page to load. So instead of having the loader run, we can basically just have a container there, which will be a blank empty container. So this is actually in our main widget, and it's this circle progress indicator that we're returning while we have the stream builder loading up that home page view. So instead we can just return a container here, and that should essentially just get rid of that big blue circle that was there. You could change this and make it something else, but I think with the launch screen going directly to this, it will look best. So I'm going to rerun the app here and show you that that is now gone. All right, and you notice that time when the app loaded up, there was no circle progress indicator. It just loads directly to that page. So that is that. iOS looks good. Now we can do it for Android. Android's a little bit different. We're actually going to be able to do it directly within Android Studio here. So we're going to actually open up the Android file here, or the Android directory here, and then we're going to go to app, src, main, and then res. And we have all these files in here because we have all these folders in here because these were basically generated when we made our app icon. So if you don't have all of these, go check out that app icon video, and that should generate these files for you, or these folders for you rather. But it isn't mandatory 100% to have them here. What you are going to want to do is open up this drawable folder and place in actually that file that we generated for the launch screen, so that we actually only need to place the first file in. Now with Android, you could, basically all these different folders are for the different screen sizes, so you could go and create these different versions for all of these screen sizes. I'm not going to do that in this video, but it is something you should do so that it is compatible with all your devices. But it will work by just having it in this one spot. So we're going to also need to open up this launcher background.xml. I've had trouble opening this up in Android Studio, so I'm actually going to go ahead and reveal in Finder and then open it through. I'm going to actually open it through Atom because it doesn't seem to want to load in Android Studio. But once you open it up in Atom or any other text editor, or maybe it works in Android Studio for you, you're just going to want to comment out this line right here, which is basically setting the background to white, which is what we're seeing now in Android. We get that white background. So comment that one out, and then this is essentially a comment that you can also just delete. And then this block here, you're going to uncomment. And this is basically saying we're going to set an image for this instead of the white background. So we need to set the image to, if you go back to Android Studio, it's not, if you go back to Android Studio, the name of the image is going to be launch screen, and it's actually in this drawable resource. So use, instead of MIPMap, which are these folders down here, we're going to be using drawable. And using it with this @ again is what allows the different screen size to find basically the folder that would relate to it. So now we can just change this to, it's actually launch screen. And you don't need to include the PNG file extension on that. So if you go back into the Android Studio now, we can actually run our Android simulator, and it should just work with our launch screen now. So there is our Android emulator. And yes, that looks good. There, it goes directly to the launch screen, and then the Flutter app loads up as expected. All right, we now have the launch screen set up for both our devices, and this launch screen is definitely not something that you should spend a ton of time on. It's actually really just a loading, and I mean, you can make it more animated, and there's other ways to do it where it's not just a static PNG image. That's something maybe we could cover in another video if you guys are interested. So if you want to see that, comment down below. Or if there's anything else that you're waiting to see, comment down below. Really, you just want it to not be a blank white screen. All right, thanks for watching. If you haven't already, subscribe and like this video. Ciao for now.